So we're just going to start off really simple. If you could just introduce yourself and your role here at SNHU.
I am Dr. Hector Garcia, Associate Dean of the Graduate Criminal Justice Program here at Southern New Hampshire University.
Awesome. Well, it's great to meet you. So my first question is, tell us about the criminal justice programs at Southern New Hampshire University and what is covered within the bachelor's and master's programs.
All right, so we have a very vibrant criminal justice program here at Southern New Hampshire University. And the goal really is to equip students with knowledge, skills, and attributes that are needed for degree programs and specifically for their work in the public safety field. So we like to focus on different things. In the bachelor's degree program, we want to focus more on fundamentals, the origins of certain criminal justice practices, criminology, different disciplines, while the master's degree focuses more on policy analysis, more on ethical considerations, leadership, and it's designed more for a student who is already in field looking to either advance up the chain or across the chain into some specializations.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about the areas of concentrations that are offered within these programs?
Yes, so the bachelor's degree program has a wide variety of concentrations. For example, we have police administration and operations. We have cybercrime, homeland security and counterterrorism. We have criminology and crime analysis. We have security management, human services, corrections, and substance abuse.
And then why are degrees in this area of study so important?
In this area of study, it is important for the student to have critical knowledge of laws, policies, procedures, precedents that are already established, not only within the criminal justice system, but also in society. And so it's important for the students to have analytical and leadership skills because the field is evolving so rapidly with technology, social issues, and legal reform.
So what is involved in the field of criminal justice?
Well, the 5 major components of criminal justice are the police, courts, corrections, probation and parole, and juvenile justice. But the field is much more encompassing than just those 5 areas because we also have legal studies, forensics, we have cybersecurity, we have understanding criminal trends, we have rehabilitation, advocacy, criminal behavior analysis. So it's a wide-ranging field.
So you kind of mentioned some of these already, but what are the various areas of work within this field?
Well, if you look at those 5 components in law enforcement, obviously in the police, you can serve as a police officer. You can serve as a local, state, or federal. You can serve as an agent, a special agent in the federal. You can be a detective. You can be a variety of specialized positions in law enforcement. In the other careers that you can have also, you can be a probation and parole officer. In corrections, you could be a correctional officer. You could be an assistant warden. You could rise all the way up to the level of warden or administrator. So there are a variety of different types of jobs that you can take based on all of those areas put together.
So what sets Southern New Hampshire University's criminal justice program apart from all the others?
Well, the first thing I think that needs to be stated is that we care deeply about our students, all the way from when they are thinking about coming to Southern New Hampshire University and reaching out to an admissions counselor to when they're assigned an advisor. That advisor is with them, holding their hand, helping them, patting them on the back whenever they need it throughout their entire journey. And so from there, the flexible real world curriculum, the practitioners that we have, they're actually working professionals in the field who are bringing that relative aspect of the work into the classroom. And so that faculty is excellent. But it doesn't end there, because once a student graduates, career services are available to them and assistance forever. So that is the big difference, is that personal touch. We've had students come from other places and say, well, I felt like a number, but they never say that here.
So what are some of the backgrounds of the faculty that are teaching in this program?
Well, as I said, we have a great faculty, practitioner staff. We have here police chiefs. We have personnel that have been in charge of prisons. We have corrections officers. We have psychologists. We have attorneys. We have judges. We have administrators of probation and parole departments. We have forensic analysts. We have crime scene analysts. We have all of these real world practitioners that are here with us, sharing their knowledge and imparting it on students so that they are very well prepared when they enter into the field and have the expertise that the faculty bring to them in their positions to be able to apply and to give them that leg up on the others when they go into their disciplines.
Do our programs have experiential learning opportunities? And if so, what are they?
Yes, and experiential learning is hands-on learning is very important in criminal justice. As I've stated, with the combination of theory and practice, being able to apply it is very important. So we'd like to provide the students with many opportunities to engage in experiential learning. For example, we have scenario-based learning, where students are exposed to the actual scenarios that are going on in the workplace. And where do we get that from? Our practitioners and our subject matter experts. So that scenario-based learning mimics what they're going to encounter in the field. We have case studies that we analyze the way that things have gone. And so the students get a feel for real life. We also provide them with virtual labs. In the virtual labs, they can simulate different environments, such as a real-time crime center where they can see some graphics, they can see some data, they can see photographs of it that simulate what is going on in a real crime center where they need to make decisions. And of course, group projects are always pertinent because the team environment is the actual environment that they are going to be working in. And so learning how to communicate well with others and get their goals done is going to mimic the same thing that's going to take place in the workplace.
So, how do the programs address contemporary issues in criminal justice, such as criminal justice reform, racial disparities, or community policing?
Well, these programs are designed really to focus on ethics. They examine and explore and discuss and analyze any biases, such as in policing, sentencing disparities. We'd like to discuss alternatives to incarceration. We like to discuss social justice so that the student gets a wide spectrum of what is going on in contemporary America, the world, so that they now think that the end result is always to arrest someone or throw them into jail, where there are alternatives. There could be disparities in the system, and we encourage that type of dialogue and discussion and debate. So we want to provide the students with knowledge and tools to drive meaningful change in a way that's scholarly, academic, practical, and in a way that benefits society. So how do we do that also? Well, we emphasize evidence-based practices. And so evidence-based practices are very important because they are based on scholarly evidence. They are based on peer-reviewed accreditation standards. These items are important because they have been proven to be effective. Restorative justice practices and approaches are integrated into the classes. And of course, we want to make sure that we integrate the role of technology in modern criminal justice.
So, what types of careers might someone consider with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice?
Well, in criminal justice, if they would like to become federal agents, the minimum requirement is a bachelor's degree. So that is a good target for them. We often have students that say, well, I would like to be an FBI agent. I would like to be a Secret Service agent. Well, the minimum requirement is a bachelor's degree. So it's important that they get that. But there are also many other fields. In corrections, you have police officers, probation and parole officers. But it doesn't just relegate itself to that area. There are also non-sworn positions, we like to call them, that don't carry firearms, are not authorized to make arrests, but you have private investigators, you have paralegals, you have different legal, clerical, you have court administrators, you have a whole variety of counseling opportunities, opportunities in crime scenes, opportunities in the court system for them to be able to attain those jobs and perform very well at them with a bachelor's degree. They can likewise dedicate themselves to juvenile justice, helping out the youth, victim advocacy. We always need someone to represent the victim, to bring their voice into the courtroom, into hearings, into disposition cases, so that their voices are heard because they're the victims and often they are left behind. Forensic science careers, and obviously very important today is homeland security careers.
And what about a master's degree?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, the master's degree is set up for the person who is likely in field or looking to get into the field with a career goal of becoming specialized in some area of criminal justice, be it cybercrime, cybersecurity, forensics. Maybe they like administration. They dream of being a leader, of a police chief, a warden, a chief of parole, or a chief of probation, one of those. So those type of students are going to receive a little bit of an advanced education that ties in perfectly with the undergrad, because many of the concentrations that we have in the undergrad seamlessly transition into the master's degree program. So in the undergrad, they're getting the foundation, the fundamentals, doing some work on it so that they're very familiar with the work. And then as they pipeline into the masters of criminal justice, they're able to now look at more advanced levels. They're able to look at specialized careers. For example, police chiefs, FBI agents, criminal profilers, forensic psychologists, emergency management directors, intelligence analysts. There are a whole variety and array of careers that this master's degree will prepare them for and provide them an advantage over those that do not have it.
So, what would you most want to tell others about our criminal justice programs?
Well, the first thing I would like to tell others about our criminal justice programs is that we care about you, the student, as a person. You are not a number here. We have a great deal of students here, yet we know each student. I have the privilege of teaching a class here and there, and I know all of my students. I make meetings with them, appointments with them. I know each one of them. They communicate with me. And this is what sets us apart from other places. It's that personal touch. We do care. Now, our degree programs offer flexible, career focused, and expertly designed education programs that are going to prepare them for success in criminal justice, which is a rapidly evolving scenario and phenomena going on in society. And how do we do that? Well, we have industry experienced faculty, we have the specialized concentrations, and more importantly, we have those practical learning opportunities where you take those theories, those precedents, those important landmark cases, and you actually get to apply them and apply them in the manner that is currently going on with an eye towards the future. We'd like to focus on ethics, innovation, and forward thinking in our students to set them apart and to help them be successful in their careers.